want to watch it day one and I want to make a video about it. And I'm just like,
oh, brother.
What do I want to say? Not only has everyone said the take, but it's a movie that I have so little feelings about. I don't even want to put my thoughts out there not at all. Do you know what I mean? I feel the same way about a Mario Galaxy film that I felt about like FNAF 2. When I watched the first FNAF film, my exposure to FNAF is just basically the memes. The first 2 games, I know about the memes and that's kind of it. But I still felt like it was intriguing enough where I got to sat through it and be like, okay, where are they going to take the story? What are they going to do? What are they going to... You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, oh, okay, there was at least enough intrigue where I was like, okay, I wasn't bored. I didn't enjoy it as much as my fiance, but I wasn't bored. When I watched FNAF 2, the catharsis of seeing FNAF on the big screen was already lost. So you needed to actually be a compelling film to win me over, of which it wasn't. So that's how I feel about the Mario films. The first one, while it wasn't anything to write home about, the catharsis of seeing Mario on the big screen was like, okay, I at least sat through it to the end and I wasn't bored. And some of those references were kind of cute. If you're going to do it a second time, it doesn't hit nearly as hard. Do you know what I mean? The catharsis is already gone. I've seen Mario on the big screen now. So now, I'm hoping to see Mario on the big screen with a bit of persuasion on it, top bins. So a lot of people obviously say, yeah, just it's a Mario movie. What do you expect? Just turn your brain off and enjoy it. I don't think it's unfair for me to have gone, I've enjoyed the catharsis of just references. So I don't want to see references again. I kind of just want something different. I don't think that's not that unfair, is it? Like the Sonic movie did that. Like the Sonic movie, with the first film, it established Sonic is in the real world, I guess, and he's a bit of a cocky little gremlin. And then the second one, what's the premise of the second one? Oh, it means Tails, and then there's Knuckles. You're like, okay, even if you don't like the Sonic films, there's something happening, They've got Tails and then there's Knuckles. Do you think I need your power? Boom, you know what I mean? Like, okay, you've got things are happening. And there's a wedding, I think, somewhere in that film, somewhere. And then by the time you get to the third film, and then you've got like Gerald Robotnik, you've got Shadow, you're like, okay, I'm here for it. Do you know what I mean? Is it a work of art? Is it pure cinema? No. I watched the films from start to finish, and I wasn't bored. I can't say the same thing about the Mario movie. I'm going to say the most 9/11 is bad statement ever, but genuinely, and I'm being genuine when I say this, even if you enjoyed the movie, nothing wrong with that. But if you're somebody defending it on the grounds of it's a kids movie, respectfully, you need to just log off. I want to be honest with you. You saying that implies kids films can't be good, which is an absolutely abhorrent statement that's been proven false and false by the passage of time. I'm not going to spend any more time with that. I'm going to get into spoiler territory. Put the text on the screen just in case. Peach and Rosalina, yeah? Yeah? The siblings, yeah? That was the big plot twist. Yeah? Miyamota literally heard us go, hey, can you give us more story? Okay, they're siblings now. But hang on, didn't Rosalina already have a sibling? What are you talking about? And then Rosalina gets less screen time than fucking Fox. Don't get me wrong, I liked Fox, just to be clear. I thought Fox was good. I enjoyed him. For a film where a bunch of stuff happens out of nowhere, they at least made Fox kind of make sense. It's like they needed to get to Bowser Jr., they needed a ship. Fox. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay. Sure, sure. It was definitely giving hey guys, I'm Fox McCloud from the hit game Star Fox. Hey, musician guy, can you play a bit of a bum, 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 bum? Just to remind the older adults in the room who I am. I'm just very on the nose. It's so on the nose, you've got my nose. Okay, I'm just I will say Bowser Jr. was the only part about the film I liked. I actually liked Bowser Jr. That is probably the only redeeming quality of this film, in that I thought he was at least a bit interesting. I thought I'd say the same for Bowser. Not really, if I'm being honest. I thought Bowser could have been interesting, but it's an Illumination film, so it's not gonna be. Obviously, there's a dichotomy going on. Bowser's now friends with the Mario brothers, right? So when Bowser Jr. comes along and it's yeah, my daddy's the big tyrant. Yeah, he wants to destroy the universe with me. And then Bowser's just yeah, but son, those guys are cool, right? You're not gonna actually kill them. I feel the whole Bowser's kind of in two minds, which just kind of dropped very quickly, I thought that was interesting. You could have gone somewhere. There's that plot thread reach a natural... No, they just forget about it. You mean the one interesting through line throughout this entire film? Thanks. Cheers, mate. Cheers. Cheers. What do you think of Game Watch showing up? I thought Game Watch was a cute reference. Again, like I said, some of the references were kind of cute. Most of them were very just like... I thought Game & Watches was kind of cute. Same with Rob. I thought Rob was a cute enough rendition, you know? And the worst part is, I feel like the action in the film is pretty good, right? I like the action. I like it when they're doing stuff with the power-ups, right? But I feel like there wasn't really a lot of those. So I'm just like, sure, Goonalina was useless. Goonalina? You better behave yourself, okay? Why did they make all the bees arseholes? Like, no wonder the bugs tried to take over True. Yeah, Singer chained up like, what's it, Mandabug. I'm like, they need to free my guy. What the hell? Why was Honey Cream like that? She was a bitch, wasn't she? I thought it was kind of funny. What was okay, I guess. The funniest bit about Rosalina doing fuck all in this film is the trailer. Didn't the trailer like make it a thing like, oh, Rosalina is such a badass, right? She like throws 3 like stars and like mega legs, 3 legs, boom, explodes them. And then she has that horrifying moment where she's like, explosion behind. And then the trailer cuts it there. But like in the film, immediately after, she gets I was laughing. I was giggling to myself when I saw that. I'm just... Little did you know, that was her last scene. I'm just like, no fucking way. Everyone got shafted. She does nothing for the rest of the film. Yeah, so, yeah, Odyssey Central probably loved that. She got her hype moments at Aura, and that was it. I think there was only one part of the film that like made me like actually like kind of giggle a little bit. When Yoshi and Luigi, which Yoshi just shows up and they're friends, by the way. Very cool. But when Yoshi and Luigi are making fun of Mario for liking Peach, that gave me a bit of a giggle. They were kind of razzing him a little bit. Of course, that goes fucking nowhere, and it's left ambiguous as to like what did anything end up happening? Like what was, you know, I mean, nothing, just nothing. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I mean, he gets a kiss at the end, I guess. So didn't even like ask her, you know, hey, can we get a slice of cake or something? Like, sure. What do you think of the Pixar art stuff? What, the Mario Maker stuff? Oh, you mean the tease for Mario Maker 3, which is coming out at the end of this year? I thought that was interesting. I thought it was a good tease for Mario Maker 3 coming out at the end of this year. And overall, final thoughts, it was the film of all time. It was the film of all time. And I think I'm going to give it like, I lost the password to my Letterboxd. When I find it, I'm probably just going to give it a 2.5, maybe even less. I'll see how I'm feeling, maybe even 2 stars. I was bored, I'm going to be honest. 4 out of 10 for me, 6 out of 10. Not Shy Guys, 8.5, 2 out of 10, 7, 10. Sure. 6.5, a bunch of 6.5s to 8s. You guys are far more generous than me, that's for damn sure. All right, fair dues. I just wanted like a little bit more. Just a little bit more. And I didn't care, unfortunately. So that's it for Mario chat. So much for saying everyone had their take. Yeah, I'm just a fucking yap machine, aren't I? Just get rid of me. And one final note I'll leave you on in regards to the story, or lack of it, is how easy it would have been to add some extra narrative elements without padding the runtime substantially. I think I mentioned the prime example for this in Bowser. Once he regrows to regular size, he obviously becomes friends with the Mario brothers. But he reunites with his son, who still wants him to be the tyrant that he thought he always was. And in the scene where Fox has everyone in his R-Wing in tow, and they're having a bit of a space battle with Bowser Jr. and Bowser's spaceship, and not only is Bowser obviously conflicted in that scene, but the Mario Bros also notice that Bowser betrayed him. Reorienting this scene so that the Mario Brothers and Bowser can have one final conversation would have made Bowser turning heel and becoming the villain again all that much more interesting. Especially considering when you look back on the film and see that Luigi genuinely believed that Bowser had made progress. So having a quick 1 to 2 minute long scene of Mario saying, oh, I always believed you were evil, and Luigi saying like, oh, I always believed in you, I thought you were so good. And then Bowser trying to get his thoughts across, but the Mario keeps cutting him off, and him saying like, you will never change, you never do. And then when he does his rousing speech for the Koopa army towards the end, when he takes up the mantle of the big bad Bowser, you could also say something like, we're gonna change this world, to kind of tie the narrative thread together. I don't know, I'm not a fucking writer. What I do know is like short 1 to 2 minute extra scenes of dialogue to give it extra bit of emotional pull, or even just some extra narrative in general, would have really done this film a whole load of good, but instead all the narrative had to be taken by, okay, they're siblings now. Either way, still a 5 out of 10. closer to a 4th than a 6th. Real quick, a big thank you to the members, the wizards, who look oh so wizardous, and the royal guard you can see on the screen now. A big thank you. I don't really have much else to add, so I'll leave you to it. Until next time, there's your lot.